Hey guys! Happy Wednesday! Can you believe we are almost already at the end of October? Tomorrow is Halloween. My son is so excited. And I am doing a pumpkin eye in honor of the season. I'm having fun with my makeup these days, and I'm super excited because after much ado, I decided to order the new extra spicy gingerbread palette by Too Faced per many of your recommendations. I'll let you know how I like it when I get it. This is actually courtesy of Makeup Forever, but I am not sponsored. I'm just telling you about my makeup since you guys ask me so frequently. All right, so yesterday I told you that Jenelle Eason had not returned home and that David Eason was posting cryptically on Instagram and on Twitter and on Instagram and Facebook about his wife and where she was and the status of their relationship, and that Jenelle had been quiet. Well, yesterday David was able to get back into his large account on Instagram, the one that has like 85,000 followers, and he posted some interesting content on there. He's also been posting on Facebook, and Jenelle has also been posting on Facebook. Now, word on the curb is that Jenelle's back in North Carolina, but she is not home. In fact, David posted a photo on Instagram that's old, as though a way to show people that she had returned, yet sources connected to Jenelle have indicated that Jenelle has not returned home, but did retrieve Ensley and is not with David. So here's where we're at. Here is what he posted yesterday on Instagram. He wrote, "So sad all day, time to drink beer and forget." He also wrote this, "You know you did something wrong when you're too ashamed to even go home to your family." He posted this and then changed this. Now this photo is interesting and I'll show you why. You can see that little Ensley has a shirt that says love, and you can see a little bracelet that's on there. Pay attention to that. The caption reads, the most perfect sight I've ever seen. If I had to live without these two, I wouldn't want to live at all." If that's not an indication of something. But then he deleted it and he updated it. And it says, "The most perfect sight I've ever seen. Taking away the creepy, I'll kill myself if you leave me, Jenelle." Now, he also posted, "Hell yeah, I got my one old account back. So happy I'm about to eat this hog me and J.N. Mannings harvested in a field down the street last week." Do you really think there are wild hogs running around in North Carolina? Or is it more probable that David, when Jenelle was gone, decided to kill one of their pigs and eat it? I mean, it's not that big of a deal if you have pigs and you raise pigs for food. It is interesting timing, though, that he would kill one of their pigs. And I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of wild pigs running around swamplands in North Carolina. So, again, interesting choice there, David, to pretend like you were in a field, wrestling a wild pig. But this is the part that's interesting. On Ensley Jolie's page on Instagram, you can see that same shirt she's wearing along with that same little bracelet I was telling you about. And this photo was posted on September 23rd. You can see here she's wearing the exact same outfit, and he posted this yesterday as though it was a real photo, as sort of evidence that she had returned home. As you can see, September 23rd. September 24th. Same shirt, same backpack. And Jenelle's actually carrying that backpack in her hand, as you can see in this photo. So he posted an old photo, not sure why. He had never posted that photo before, and that photo had not been public, but other photos in the same outfit were. So some people were saying, well, it's proof that she's home. Actually, no, it's not. It's not proof. It's proof that he posted an old photo. Then on Instagram or on Facebook, Jenelle is posting these. When you check to see if your girl is still mad, and it's a video of a lion trying to get next to a lioness, and he tries to lean into her, and then the lioness gets up and walks away. She also shared, sometimes a delay in your plan is God's protection. So is it a delay in your plan how you weren't able to film this past season, and now that you've spoken with MTV producers and you can return, God was protecting you? Was that what it was? I'm not sure. She also said, "Stop crying over a man who can't even back up a trailer." Is this in reference to the incident that he had with a friend related to a trailer, where he actually got a citation and is open case against him? And then on Twitter, she responded about the clickbait that's shared when a fan said, "I don't know how the TM girls boast about being friends in real life and supporting each other, but then they post clickbait about each other." And she said, "Yeah, I don't do that anymore for that exact reason. Makes everyone mad, and all of you think that I'm writing those things, but I never did." She has removed all the ads from her Instagram and her Twitter, per what she said a couple weeks ago. So Jenelle is not always a liar. In this case, she stuck to what she said, and clickbait is no longer a part of any of her social media. She also shared this on Facebook. "Appreciate my," before it turns to single answers. And this was shared on the 26th, right before she would have left for New York to go meet with MTV producers. And interesting, earlier in the week she shared, "The divorce rates are so high because people are ready for weddings, not marriages. I said what I said." Now, David and Jenelle had a very whirlwind courtship, if you remember. They got together and they were pregnant within a year. They were then married in 2017 and just celebrated their second wedding anniversary. This relationship has not been without rocks and stumbles and falls. They've split multiple times. In fact, she left him this past spring for about a week following the death of their dog Nugget. Despite the fact that MTV dropped her and David had been fired from MTV for his inability to cooperate, along with homophobic tweets and his aggressive behavior on set and not cooperating with production, and production not wanting to deal with him, he then started interfering with Jenelle, making it nearly impossible for her to film with them, to a point where in the season that just aired, so the first part of this past season, so we're in season 9, season A of season 9, aired in the winter to spring, and there was, during that season, they had such little footage of her. She was actually excluded from an entire episode due to David being completely impossible, showing up to sets when she's supposed to be filming, interfering by calling while she's on the phone. And even though she was fired for the Nugget stuff, she wasn't technically ever fired. They just stopped filming her. And according to people I've spoken to connected to MTV and production, she wasn't actually fired because of the Nugget stuff, or they didn't stop filming before because of the Nugget stuff. A lot of it had to do with what was going on with David, and when the stuff went down with David last spring, it was at that point, it was kind of like that proverbial like nail in the coffin, where it was just, they were done at that point and they decided to cut ties. Now, she had been saying for a long time on social media that she had not been dropped from her MTV contract. And in fact, she had stated multiple times that she was in an open contract. So MTV did reach out to her last week, according to sources, and requested that she come up to New York to meet with them. And she apparently left without telling David. She went to the meeting in New York to talk about things. People connected to her say that she was around a lot of people over the weekend that helped provide her some clarity and maybe gave her a little insight. David doesn't like Jenelle to be out of his sight. He's incredibly controlling, according to people that know the couple. And because she left without that, it's prompted this very mopey, bawling, begging sort of attitude. Sources connected to Jenelle say that he is crying and begging her to come home. She has not gone home at this point. She has Ensley, she has Kaiser, and it sounds like she is separated at this time. Now, a lot of people are wondering, is this a publicity stunt? Is she doing this for MTV producers? Has she actually woken up? On Twitter last week, she said that she was understood and got it when it came to what fans had been saying to her for a long time related to David. That was the implication. And perhaps the meeting with MTV and friends from MTV helped her see what was going on in her life. She's lost damn near everything. Maybe this was the moment she needed. Her makeup line has been failing. She's been dropped by sponsors. And basically, if she's going to stay with David, she's going to stay with the man that's basically destroyed her entire livelihood, took away her paycheck, separated her from friends, separated her from family, has put her in a very isolated spot on like acreage in North Carolina. Quite different than the Jenelle that I think we all remember from back in the day, a city girl that loved to go to the beach, that was very outgoing, has suddenly become a very introverted, closed off, angry person that's constantly defending her husband. And I think many people, I am starting to believe that a lot of this, once they went through the CPS stuff, I'm guessing that she wanted to try her best to make things work. Tried to save face, tried to stick by him, and maybe something happened privately where she couldn't do it. Maybe he's back to acting the way he was. There's often a honeymoon period where people will get better after something happens, and then it goes back into the cycle. That's a very common thing with abusive relationships. We'll see. She has a history of being involved in relationships with men that are like this. I would hope that if she is going to separate, and this would be not a publicity stunt, and people say that it's not, that are connected to her, that have information about her, or saying this is not for publicity, that maybe she starts considering getting some therapy for herself on why she continually ends up in these kinds of relationships. A lot of people have been very critical of the way that I have covered her, and I'm not always a fan of everything that she does, but I'm absolutely a champion for anyone that's in and wants to get out of a relationship that involves DV, and I would hope that this might be the final step that she needs to leave. It's scary. It's probably the hardest time to leave. It's the most dangerous point in a relationship to leave. So I think we should just try to temper our expectations. It's also quite possible they could reconcile. But this could be a really good signal, and I'm hopeful. That doesn't mean I'm going to stake my claim on it and say this is absolutely the truth, but let's remain hopeful. And, maybe they'll come back. I'll say that I do miss Barbara tremendously. I know some of you love Barbara, some of you hate her, some of you hate Jenelle. I'm not always a fan of Jenelle, but she is entertaining. So that's all I've got for right now. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, please make sure you leave me some comments below. I will also be addressing everything. And if you haven't, stop by my Instagram, please, and follow me over there at Without a Crystal Ball. I'm trying to grow, and I'm doing more like impromptu lives where you can actually interact with me and chat, a way for us to connect more intimately than here on YouTube. I'll be doing some more content today. There was a new Teen Mom 2 episode that aired last night, and Ashley Siren, aka Jones, uploaded a video on YouTube with receipts in response to Jade Klein stating that she is jealous that Ashley is jealous of her moving to Teen Mom 2. It's going to be a busy day. It's been a busy week in the Teen Mom world. I can't wait. And then tomorrow, don't forget, we have Amber Portwood in court. And a lot of people, word on the curb is that this package that was leaked to Us Weekly for her plea deal, expect it to be a lot different than what was reported. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow. All right, you guys, I'll be back later. Bye.